Okay, let's face it, the job hunt, it can feel like, navigating a battlefield sometimes,
Right.
especially with everyone talking about AI taking over everything.
Yeah.
But what if I told you there's this platform, it's called RoleCatcher, and they say it can actually help you, wait for it, use AI to your advantage?
Okay, now that's a pretty bold claim. It definitely got my attention. I always say knowledge is power, so we've got to dive into this role catcher thing.
Right.
From what I've seen, it's more than just your average job board, that's for sure.
Yeah, calling it a job board, I don't know, it feels like a serious understatement.
Yeah.
We're talking about like a whole platform that's practically, it's built on AI.
Mm.
It's wild. From like, I don't know if you've heard of this, but like decoding those applicant tracking
Yeah.
systems to even like giving you feedback on your interview skills. Can you believe this?
It's pretty wild.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You see, most people, they know that applicant tracking systems, or ATS, are used by a lot of companies to filter applications, right?
Sure.
But it's what happens behind the scenes that's, well, that can be a little confusing, and it's a little opaque, honestly. What RoleCatcher seems to be doing is they're trying to demystify that process.
Yeah.
So they're using AI to analyze these job descriptions and figure out what are these algorithms, what are they really prioritizing.
So it's like having like this secret weapon, you know what I mean? Like it tells you, hey, this company over here, they really care about teamwork. Or like, look, they use the phrase results oriented like 5 times in that job description. Maybe make sure your resume, reflects that.
Exactly. And it's not just about, sprinkling in keywords here and there. They're suggesting it goes deeper than that. It's
Yeah.
about how you structure your experience, how you actually phrase your accomplishments. Like, imagine for a second that you used to work as a barista, right?
Okay.
A traditional resume, it might just say, prepared and served coffee, pretty straightforward.
Right.
But RoleCatcher's AI might suggest something, I don't know, maybe a little something like managed high-volume customer traffic while consistently delivering exceptional service and crafting personalized beverages.
Okay, now that's a huge E difference. It's like taking a basic ingredient and being like, boom, gourmet meal.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't there a risk with this that we all start to sound the same? Because like if we're all using the same tools and AI is kind of, doing the thing, aren't we all going to end up with these cookie cutter resumes?
That's a really valid concern, and I think it's a tightrope walk. Because how do you leverage AI without losing your own voice?
Right.
RoleCatcher emphasizes that their goal is to empower job seekers,
Okay.
not turn them into robots. It's about leveraging AI insights, sure, but without sacrificing your unique voice and experience.
So it's more like, okay, the AI is giving you the building blocks. It's giving you like the raw materials.
Yeah.
But you still have to be the architect, right?
Yeah.
You've got to build your own career story.
Precisely. Think of it as like AI gives you this highly tailored suit,
I like that.
It's cut to fit you perfectly, but you still get to choose the fabric, you choose the lining, the buttons, like all those details that make it truly yours.
That is a great analogy. I like that. Now, one of the things that really caught my eye was this RoleCatcher Copilot.
Mm.
And it sounds like it's like, what is it? It's like an AI career coach in your pocket, ready to like prep you for your next big interview.
I think that's a good way to put it. It's a very intriguing concept, and they're not shy at all about the scale of the data they're working with here.
No.
Over 120,000 interview questions in their database, something like that.
120,000. Okay, I'm picturing this massive vault, right?
Yeah.
With robots just frantically writing down every interview question ever uttered in the history of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, how does that even work? Does the AI like listen to you answer and give you feedback like in real time?
So, from what I understand, you can practice answering questions that are related to certain roles or industries.
Okay.
And the AI will actually analyze your responses. It'll look at things like clarity, conciseness, even how well you're incorporating keywords from the job description. So it really is like a mock interview,
Oh, wow.
but with this exceptionally well-prepared digital interviewer.
That's wild. I mean, that could be a game changer, don't you think? For anybody who gets nervous in interviews,
Yeah.
to have that AI-powered feedback could be amazing to kind of like hone your skills.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it could be really valuable for some people.
Yeah.
Especially those who maybe don't have a network of mentors or career coaches,
Right.
to help them kind of, get ready. But I think you hit on a really important point.
Yeah.
It's a tool for improvement. It's not a crutch.
Right. Because ultimately you still have to bring your authentic self to that interview.
Exactly.
No amount of AI coaching
Mm-hmm.
can replace, genuine passion
Yeah,
and experience and all that.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of career paths, one thing that really sets RoleCatcher apart is this thing they call career compass.
Okay.
And this one's less about landing your next job and more about the long game.
Okay.
Like figuring out what really gets you excited, what do you want to do?
That's huge.
Yeah.
How many people do it's like they kind of fell into their career
Oh, totally.
and now they're like, wait, is this really like what I want to be doing?
Yeah.
This career compass sounds like it could be like the saving grace.
Yeah, especially with all these new industries and roles popping up all the time.
Right.
It can be kind of hard to keep track.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher has over 3,000 career guides,
Oh, wow.
which is kind of mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Let's say you're a graphic designer, but you've always had this, little fascination with user experience.
Mm-hmm.
You could use the career compass to really dive deep into the whole UX UI design field, see what skills you have that overlap and be like, is this something I would actually enjoy doing?
It's like having a choose your own adventure for your career.
Right.
I like it. Okay, so we've talked about like the AI features, the career compass.
Yeah.
What about actually finding jobs? They have a whole job module too, right?
They do. And this is designed to streamline the whole process of searching for jobs, which can be kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's not just another job board.
Right.
It actually aggregates postings from a bunch of different sources, their own platform. They pull from other job boards, even company websites, and bring it all together in one place.
Okay, that's convenient. But wouldn't that be a recipe for like information overload?
That's true.
Imagine being like bombarded with thousands of irrelevant job postings.
That would not be fun.
Well,
That's where their filtering and organization features come in.
okay.
You can actually create very specific searches based on industry, experience level, location, salary expectations, all that. You
Dang.
can save those searches too.
Okay.
So you don't have to keep re-entering the same criteria over and over again. And as you're browsing job postings, get this, RoleCatcher uses AI to highlight the skills that are mentioned most often in the job descriptions.
Oh.
So you can quickly see what are employers really looking for here.
So it's like having a personal assistant for your job search, like cutting through all the noise, helping you focus on like the best opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. They even have this browser plugin. I think it's called RoleCatcher.capture.
Oh, okay.
Let's say you're on LinkedIn and you see a job posting that you're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having to click through, copy the link, go create a separate application,
The worst.
you can use the plugin to just save that job instantly to your RoleCatcher account.
Okay, I have to admit that's pretty slick.
Yeah.
No more like losing track of interesting jobs.
Yeah.
Or wasting time on like those tedious applications. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
RoleCatcher's AI features, definitely interesting, and Career Compass, the jobs module, super useful it sounds like.
Mhm.
But they have a free version and a paid version.
They do.
So what's the catch?
Well, like most platforms these days, it's a freemium model.
Okay.
The free version will give you access to the job boards, a limited number of career guides, and some of the basic AI features.
Okay.
But for the full AI-powered experience, so that's the resume and cover letter analysis, the interview practice with the co-pilot, that requires the paid subscription.
So it's like a test drive, you can get a feel for it.
Yeah.
But to really unlock the full potential,
You gotta
commit.
Exactly. And that's something that each user has to decide for themselves, right?
Right.
What's a value proposition?
Yeah.
It might be a no-brainer for someone who's actively job hunting or thinking about a career change.
Sure.
But for someone who's perfectly happy in their current role,
Yeah.
it might not be worth the investment.
Right.
At least not yet.
Right.
But going back to their tagline for a second, beat the automated recruiter,
Oh, yeah.
it does make you wonder, right? Are we all just stuck in this endless cycle?
Right.
Humans trying to outsmart machines?
It's like a movie. It's like a sci-fi movie. Or maybe instead of viewing it as this like competition,
Yeah.
maybe it's more like an opportunity. Like we kind of have to adapt, right?
Mhm.
And evolve. I mean, haven't we always had to do that with technology?
It's true. Think about it. The skills that are most valuable to employers,
Yeah.
things like problem solving, critical thinking, creativity,
Right. Those are human skills.
those are human skills. Yeah, AI, it can help us. It can enhance those skills,
Sure.
but it can't replace them entirely.
That's a really good point. So maybe it's not even about beating the recruiter. It's more like,
Right.
how do we work with them?
Yeah.
How do we use these tools like RoleCatcher to kind of like, really highlight those skills, those things that make us unique?
Totally. And remember, technology, it changes constantly.
Yeah, it never stops.
What seems revolutionary today is going to be old news tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I think the important thing is to just stay informed, be adaptable,
Right.
and never stop learning.
Which brings us right back to RoleCatcher, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to be that resource
Yeah.
to help you navigate this crazy job market.
It's true. And it's fascinating, right?
It is.
Because they're part of this much bigger trend,
Mhm.
AI is becoming more and more integrated into our lives, even in something like, our careers, which feels so personal.
It's a lot to process.
It is. It is.
This deep dive has been, I gotta say, eye-opening.
Yeah.
We started with, like, a simple question. Is RoleCatcher worth it?
Right.
And I don't know. It feels like it spiraled into this much bigger conversation about the future of work and technology, how we fit in, all of that.
All the big questions.
So what does this all mean? For you, our listeners,
Yeah.
What's the takeaway here?
I think the biggest takeaway is there's no right answer. There's no one size fits all.
Right.
Whether you're like, AI's my best friend, I'm going to use it for everything.
Yeah.
Or if you're a little bit more skeptical, that's fine too. The important thing is to be informed and be empowered.
To make those choices that are right for you.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, is RoleCatcher like the ultimate career cheat code?
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me. But it's definitely shaking things up, and it's making us rethink, how we approach this whole job hunt thing in the age of AI. And that's something I think worth paying attention to. So whether you are out there, pounding the pavement looking for that new job, or just curious about what the future holds, until next time, keep those resumes sharp, those interview skills polished, and most importantly, keep those minds open.